Hey, what's up guys, it's Carolina here, and you probably have noticed my upload frequency on YouTube has decreased a little bit. There's an explanation to it, but this is probably the craziest thing that has happened to me when it comes to working with people, okay? This is some conspiracy theory shit, and this video is going unedited because here's what happened. I don't have a video editor anymore. But that's not the weirdest thing at all. That sounds very normal. Here's what happened. My video editor wrote me a message yesterday to tell me that he's not who he said he was. So basically for the last 2 years, I've been working with a guy named Robert, who apparently isn't Robert. And I'm like, what? Like, have you ever worked with somebody? And this is what happens when you work with people remotely. This can only happen when you work with people remotely. So from now on, I'm gonna be a lot more careful with the people I hire. The guy tells me, I'm not who you think you are, I'm not Robert, and this is why I've been an asshole, because I'm the asshole and not Robert. Goodbye, Robert is my friend, or something like that. So I'm like, whoa. The guy tells me that 2 years ago when I hired him, he used his friend Robert's account on Upwork and pretended to be him because he didn't have an Upwork account, because apparently Upwork was not accepting new video editors as freelancers on their website. I didn't know that Upwork had limits as to how many people they would admit for a certain profession, but okay. This is what he tells me. He tells me that the reason he has been super slow with editing and uploading is because he didn't have access to Robert's computer all the time, only sometimes. Which to me doesn't make any sense, because you can just log in to any of the apps that we use. For example, Slack. He could have installed it on his computer and just, you know, log in from his computer, not Robert's computer. He could have, you know, Drive, the same thing with Google Drive. I mean, you just access the account. I mean, it is that simple. But this guy comes up with his entire story as to why he stopped editing for me and why communication was really bad and slow, because hey, guess what? I'm not who you think you are. You've never talked to Robert in your life. And I called this guy Robert for 2 years, and I even spoke to him a couple of times on WhatsApp and Skype. So this is the weirdest thing, like so anyway, that's the reason my content has been decreasing. I've been creating content, but then this guy suddenly disappeared for a few weeks. I started to freak out and I got really upset. Now I'm in the process of finding a new editor, right? So when I was like at the peak of being upset, I wrote him a couple days ago. I told him, this is a pretty asshole thing of you to do. Why didn't you tell me a month ago that you were gonna be so busy this entire month that you wouldn't be able to edit anything? Like, my content is my life, and you guys know that. If you've been following me, you know my content is my life. It's my work, it's what I do. These are not some corporate videos that, you know, it doesn't matter if they don't go out. If I don't create content, it hurts me, it hurts my business. And even worse, if I create content and it goes unedited for weeks and it never gets published and you guys never get to see it, I suffer. I suffer. Okay, I'm not a video editor. Like, if you look at my videos from 3-4 years ago, they sucked because I was editing them. Anyway, long story short, this began to get weird in January. The beginning of the month, when he was not communicating a lot, when he was taking forever to edit, then he just disappeared and stopped communicating. And then he wrote to me, I'm sorry, but you know, I need to make more money, so now I'm taking a lot of jobs and I'm outside shooting and filming and stuff, so I don't have time to edit for you anymore, so you have to find someone else. I'm like, okay, can you at least finish this couple videos that are still pending? Nothing. And then he drops this bomb on me to tell me that for the last 2 years, I've been talking to a guy that is not who I thought he was. Like, even he told me, like, my photo is like, that's not me, and you know, all this stuff. So what do you guys think? I want your opinion, because I spoke to another of my team members, and she said, you know what, I think he freaked out when you got upset that maybe you would ruin his reputation, so he made up this story that he has that he's not himself, that he's someone's friend. I'm starting to think that while parts of the story match, the big picture doesn't match. He told me he was in too deep to tell me his identity. Like, dude, why didn't you just tell me from day one when I started interacting with you on Upwork 2 years ago? Hey, listen, by the way, my name is this, and Robert is just a friend who's letting me use his Upwork account. So it doesn't quite match, you know, the whole story. But still, an interesting story to tell the grandchildren. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Also, let me know if you happen to be a video editor and you love my content, because I'm looking for someone who at least knows either my content or the content that I like watching, the content that I get inspiration from. You know, people like Gary Vee or even Casey Neistat and stuff like that. I forgot to silence my phone, but whatever. So let me know what you guys think, and if anything like this has ever happened to you, please let me know, because this is so weird. Like, I was reading the message and trying to understand, shut up phone, trying to understand, is this really happening? Like, what is this? It left me in a shock. He then deleted his Slack user so I couldn't reply anymore. He removed himself from my Trello board. He even stopped sharing the Drive folder where he put all the edited videos. Luckily, I downloaded everything, I think. So yeah, pretty creepy. So here's how to avoid this from ever happening to you. When you hire people remotely, do a video call at some point. And I know for sure this is not happening to me again. It could be a lot worse. Like, he didn't scam me or anything. I loved his editing. So listen, weirdo, if you're watching this video, I loved your work. Genuinely did. That's why I insisted so much on working with you. But I'll find someone better, someone who doesn't lie to me. And even if you were not lying to me for 2 years and you were you, Robert, someone who doesn't find this hallucination story just to get an easy way out and disappear like that. So either way, looks bad. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video, hopefully with better editing. Bye.